Hello, my Ascension friends, my TLC kiddos. Welcome to another episode of Mr. Dave's Kitchen. Today we got as usual, our fantastic helper, Mr. Colton Joshua Fishman. Mr. Colton and Mr. Dave are going to be doing Pizza 101. So we're going to make a little bit of dough. And we're going to make a quick pizza and show you how to do that with ingredients that are either you got around your house or in the store, actually available right now. So we'll go over that. We got everything here. Shall we get started? Alrighty. So we got to make the dough first. First thing we're going to do is put our dough ingredients together. So we're going to grab a big old bowl, right? Got our bowl here. And we're going to add our ingredients. So first thing we're going to do is add our dry ingredients. Colton, what is this? What do we have here? That is it sugar or flour? Mm-hmm. Which one, sugar or flour? Is it sugar or flour?
Flour.
Flour. This looks like flour. It is. So we are going to do 2 cups of flour, and we're going to put our flour in. And now, like I said, this is all products that should be in the store. Obviously, you're going to find it really hard to find dry yeast right now, which you need to make pizza dough. So I'm going to tell you what we can do as a substitute if you can't find yeast or some sort of prepackaged pizza dough kit. Which I'll tell you in a second. So 2 cups of our flour. We're going to put it in our bowl. Very good. And we're going to save a little bit to sprinkle on our counter in a minute. Next, we've got our flour. We are going to add our dry yeast. So we would put a packet of, a full packet of dry yeast. That's 0.25 ounces of dry yeast in one package into our bowl. We don't have the dry yeast right now, obviously, because you can't find it in the store. So we're going to pretend like we're putting that in the bowl. Then we got our 2 cups of flour. We got our dry yeast. Do we have any other dry ingredients on the counter? What do you think?
We have...
What is that? What is this?
Salt.
This is actually sugar. Here is our salt. Are these both wet or dry ingredients?
They are both dry.
Dry ingredients. So we have 1 teaspoon of sugar we're going to put into our mixture, because that's a dry ingredient. And then we are going to take 1 teaspoon of salt. I use Mediterranean sea salt. And I'm going to put 1 teaspoon, like 10 or 15 grinds of this if you wanted to sit there and look it up, but it's okay. So 1 teaspoon of our salt. And then that is all our dry ingredients. We're going to mix it up in our bowl with a spoon like that, aren't we? Get it all incorporated, and then we have to add a little bit of wet ingredients. So we have, what is that?
Olive oil.
Olive oil. So we are going to put 2 tablespoons. Remember, the sugar and the salt was teaspoons. This is 2 tablespoons of olive oil into our bowl. Okay, ooh, there it goes. And again, we're going to save a little bit in our cup to put onto our dough when we make our pizza. So we're going to mix that up and get the olive oil in there. And then we are going to take, our water. We need 1 cup of water, but we need to activate our yeast. So that water needs to be kind of warm. Lukewarm means kind of warm. So we have some pre-done lukewarm water we got out of our teapot here, right? Boil our water, let it cool down a little bit, and we're going to stir in our water into our wet-dry mixture very slowly and start incorporating with our fork, slowly incorporating with our fork and getting it mixed up until it gets all nice and wet, but not super like, you don't want it like water, right? You want it to start to turn into sticky, wet dough. So 1 cup of our lukewarm water. We're going to take our fork. We're going to get it all nice and whipped up real good. And then we have to knead it. What does knead mean, Cole? So that's what it's looking like right now. That's a good question. So we need to knead it means when you knead something, you're kind of doing this, right? You're pressing on it. So basically, you're mixing it is what you're doing. So we're going to take a little flour. Let's put it here on our counter. Let's put our dough out here because we need to start kneading it, which means we're going to start mixing it up like this, right? And turning it over and hitting it and turning it over and pressing it down. That's kneading our dough, right? A little bit more flour. so it doesn't stick on our counter. There we go. We're going to keep mixing. So you're going to take all that ingredient, right? You're going to knead it, and you're going to do this for how long, Cole? What do you think? An hour? 5 hours?
No, I think we should do it.
How about 3 minutes? I think that's probably good, right? What if we did this for 3 minutes? Do you think it would be nice and mixed up?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. All right, so we're going to beat it up like this for 3 minutes. And then, is it ready to go? What do you think?
After 3 minutes?
Yeah?
Think yes.
What do we do with it after this? So we're going to take it, get it nice and mixed up. We're going to put it back in our bowl. Now, can we just make our pizza dough now? Not yet, right? No, we need to let our pizza dough rise a little bit, right? Because that yeast and that warm water is going to work together and rise. So we're going to put it back in our bowl. We're going to put a tiny bit. We're going to, actually, before you put it in your bowl, put just a little bit of olive oil on your bowl and kind of slide it around. Then you're going to take your dough and you're going to put it in your bowl. And you're going to get a little bit of olive oil coated on it. There we go. So it's looking like that. Very good. And we're going to get some saran wrap or some clear plastic wrap. And we're going to put it over the bowl. And then we're going to take our dough and we're going to put it in the refrigerator over here, right? And that's what we're going to do. So we've got it in our refrigerator now. When that rises, you wait about 45 minutes to an hour, right? And at that point, with all those ingredients that we did, you can make 2 10-inch pizzas or 1 really big pizza. We're going to make 2 10-inch pizzas. So you wait your hour, you go back to your refrigerator, and you get your dough that has risen and is nice and fluffy, isn't it, Cole?
Mm-hmm.
So now we got to make our pizza dough, right? We got to make it into a pizza. Let's put our flour on our counter. We're going to take our pizza dough. It is nice and fluffy and doughy now, isn't it? And we're going to put it in that flour, and we're going to roll it out. We could use our pizza roller, right?
Or we can use our hands.
Or you could use your hands, exactly, right? So we want to make about a 10-inch pizza. So I'm going to make a circle. That's a nice little circle. And then we want to spread it out until it's about 10 inches all the way around. That's about that big around, right? So I'm going to take it. This is where really cool people would throw it and do these cool things, right? I'm going to take my son right here, and we're going to stretch it around his hand. Give me your fist. Give me a fist. Perfect. I'm going to take my circle, and I'm going to put the middle right in his fist. And then I'm just going to go around, and I'm going to keep pulling the edges of the dough. Keep pulling them, until you'll see it slowly start spreading out. Good job. Slowly spreading out. See how it's getting bigger now? Okay, let's keep going. Make it a little bit bigger. We want to make it 10 inches. 10 inches.
Just don't rip it.
Nope, just don't rip it. And if you do, it's not the end of the world. So, give me one more big fist. Let's press it down really good. Stretch it out. Perfect. We have about a 10-inch round piece of pizza dough. So now, we're going to take you can put this right into the oven on the center if you like your crust nice and crispy. I like to add a little bit of time and cook it on a stone. So I'm going to grab my stone, and we're going to prepare our pizza, aren't we? So we've got our cooking stone here. Get our pizza cutter out of the way. We're going to put our pizza. Now, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle, does it, Cole? Yeah, you want it to be personal. So it's like art. Make it however you want. I want it to be like that. I would put sometimes some tomatoes, some chunks of mozzarella, some basil on it. That's how Mr. Babe likes it. Colton likes his pepperoni, his cheese, and his pizza sauce. So we pre-did the pizza sauce. We're going to use just mozzarella you're going to find in the store right now. Some pepperonis you're going to find in the store right now. And some pizza sauce. You can use marinara. You can use the pre-done pizza sauce. You can make your own pizza sauce like me and my son like to do. And we're just going to take it, and we're going to smear it right, big amount right in the middle, aren't we, Cole? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to do a circle and spread it out towards our crust. Now, do we want to put it all on the sides of the crust?
No.
No, we want that crust still, right, to get nice and golden brown still. So we're going to stay away from the very edges, but put lots of sauce. If you like lots of sauce, put a lot of sauce. If you don't like a lot of sauce, put a little bit of sauce. That should do it. Okay, and then now we've got, what is this? Cheese, mozzarella cheese, nice fresh mozzarella cheese. Do you like a lot of cheese or a little cheese?
A lot.
A lot of cheese. We're going to put a lot of cheese. Excellent. And then obviously we've got the cheese. If some gets on our crust, that's okay. It'll just make it even yummier. Here we go. Lots of mozzarella. And if you do not eat meat, obviously you're not going to put your pepperoni on. Can you put a couple of pepperoni on there?
Yeah,
again, this is, yeah.
It's okay if you eat some.
Yeah, it's okay if you eat some. This is art, right? So do they have to be perfect?
No.
No. Let's just put them in a couple of spots. Oh, one more on there for me. One more. Very good. Perfect. Excellent. We got our pepperoni. Now, like I said, you can't find yeast right now. It's really hard. So what you can find in the stores, and I found, and this is the way I did it, is a pre-done pizza dough in a pack. It comes with all the ingredients we just did and the package of dry yeast. So if you can't find dry yeast, if you can find a pre-done pizza mix, it has the dry yeast in it. Pro tip. Anyway, quarantine pro tip. So we're going to take our pizza, which we're going to put into our preheated oven at 450 degrees, right? 450. And we're going to do that. This is a 10-inch pizza, but it's on a stone, so it's going to need a little longer. Your 10-inch pizza should cook in 10 to 12 minutes at 450. Okay, Cole? We're going to do 12 minutes for our pizza because we want it to be nice and cooked through on our stone and nice and crispy and bubbly and yummy, right? So let's set our timer to 450, 10 minutes, and it is cooking. And like I said, we're going to do 12 minutes on our pizza, right? Now, you wait your 12 minutes, you've got a fantastic, yummy, hot pizza ready to go. You got your pizza cutter. We pre-did a pizza with the second portion of our dough, so we can show you that when you are done, Colton made this pizza before we did this, are going to have a nice, yummy, delicious, crispy, golden crust pizza that we can now take our pizza cutter, right, Cole? We can cut our pizza. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. Oh, cut our pizza there. We're going to make this just 4 pieces for you, me, and Mommy. How about that? All righty. And you're going to take your pizza and you're going to enjoy your fantastic lunch. So, if you can't find these ingredients, guys, you can take the pizza sauce, you can take the cheese, you can just throw it on a multi-grain. This is a what are these? These are English muffins. Yeah. I'm sorry, regular English muffins. We like the multi-grain. You can just have your kid throw it on the multi-grain muffin, put some pizza sauce. 350 on the oven if you're going to do that for like 3 minutes. And have them make their own pizza. This is just, but if you can't get the stuff, this is a fun activity with the kids. So we miss you guys. Stay tuned for next week's lesson plan. And we will sign off. Colton, do you have anything you want to say?
Thank you for watching Dave and Colton.
Thank you for watching an episode of Mr. Dave and Mr. Colton's Kitchen. Guys, we will see you later. Enjoy your pizza. Have a good one. Take us out, buddy. Take us out.